Hey G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. It is time for a G.I. Joe toy review. Today, well, first off, please forgive me for the low lighting in here. No pun intended on the word low light on a G.I. Joe channel. Getting over a migraine, so I'm trying to keep it as dim as possible, but also for you guys to still be able to see. A little photosensitive right now. But anyway, today we're going to be taking a walk back to 1987. It's a little warm in here. And we're going to be looking at Cobra Commander version 3, also known as Battle Armor Cobra Commander. When I saw this guy in the toy stores, I did not like him at all, even at his price point. They're $2.43 back then. By the way, he was available from 87 to 89, a two-year run. They're at his price point. You know, I didn't even want him then. It kind of freaked me out. You know, I was like, this is not Cobra Commander. And found out years later it wasn't Cobra Commander. It was a Crimson Guard. But I didn't read the comics. So I had no idea the storyline behind the battle armor on this, and I just did not like this one. The image kind of, you know, was him looking down at, you know, kind of thing. I didn't like it, so I passed up on this one, because my Cobra Commander, you couldn't. He was either hooded or had the full face mask. That was my Cobra Commander. And then they pull this guy out, and no. So I passed him up, even though I was void of Cobra leadership. And I ended up getting Destro the following year, so he led Cobra. So anyway, you know, the storyline behind this, as you guys may or may not know, Cobra Commander was betrayed by a Crimson Guard, Fred 7, shot in the back, believed to be dead, buried in a shallow grave. Fred 7 donned this body armor, or this armored suit, and pretended to be Cobra Commander, and that started the Cobra Civil War. Everybody was doubting that this was Cobra Commander, and he said, there's only one person that knows my face, and that is the Baroness. And he said, I'll take off my helmet, but in secret. Only the Baroness can see me. He said, if anybody tries to take off my helmet, my suit will explode. So he excuse me. So they go inside of a tracked vehicle, I think, and he types in a little code in his helmet and takes it off, and he explains, hey, this is what happened. And the Baroness gets on board as a collaborator, and I think they get Destro on board too, and no, he breaks off into his own faction, forms the Grenadiers. Excuse me. Yeah, by the way, caffeine's great for headaches. It's actually in the drug class known as a xanthine. It's a vasodilator. Dilates your blood vessels. Goodness. So they get on, she gets on board, and they start running Cobra what they believe to be the right way. And the factions split up. Destro breaks away, and Cobra starts fighting each other, and it's just, and Serpentor, blah blah blah. And then Cobra Commander comes back and says, "Hey, Yamuk, I didn't die." Puts everybody that conspired against him into a mountain and blows it up, drops the mountain on him, kills him. The end. So, and that's the backstory on Fred 7 and the battle armor suit. But as years go on, I start to appreciate him, and I buy him, obviously. This one is complete, and I will point out in the review what parts are easily lost, and there are only 3 parts that are easily lost. And let's go ahead and get into the review. Alright, here's Fred 7, or Battle Armor Cobra Commander as he is known. I honestly hope the fan isn't bothering you guys. Even though it is October, it is still hot out here in Arizona. This is supposed to be the last of our triple-digit days. I don't buy chocolate for the trick-or-treaters because it just melts. Here is the file card. This is the second run of the file card. It has H1 in the corner. Down here you'll see a little bit of what the file card would have looked like with the digital background here. It reads Codename Cobra Commander with Battle Armor. His file name is classified, but we know that it's Slick Car Salesman. Cobra Commander likes to be up front in the thick of the action with his Vipers, Eels, and Sieges confront and Sieges, and his Sieges, Crimson Guards, confront the Joe team to protect their leader in the heat of battle. The best technical minds of Destro's armament factory created a special suit of body armor that combines flexible, bulletproof polymer fabrics with beryllium steel-plated components. This entire suit is air-conditioned, solvent-resistant, and ray-shielded. The helmet is fitted. I wonder if a proton torpedo could penetrate it since it is ray-shielded. The helmet is fitted with an integral Como system and internal readouts of environmental quality and miniaturized computer display. At least you won't have to worry about Cobra outfitting whole units with these suits. Each one costs about as much as a jet fighter. The plate parts can withstand direct hit with a heavy machine gun, and the flexible parts can stop anything up to a 357 Magnum. We suspect that the helmet has an anti-tamper device with a direct hookup, up to a half-pound of plastic explosive. Oh, that must be a quote from General Hoke or somebody. But there you have it. Half-pound. That's got to be heavy carrying that around. The helmet itself looks heavy. All right, so let's go ahead and look at his accessories. This gun, I don't like it. it's supposed to be futuristic, and it is. The accessory packs came with one, and it was silver. Made it look worse. The sight on it is pretty cool, but this just sucks. I'm sorry, guys. I just do not like this gun at all. So that's that. His backpack. You see it's starting to yellow a bit. That's kind of interesting. I didn't notice that before until the light hit it. When it's not in the light, it doesn't look like it yellows, but it does. So how do you guys have the backpack fitted? Do you have it up and down like this? Or like that? To me, I mean, this way sort of follows the pattern here on the armor plating on his back, but this way, with it pointing up, that's a little more aesthetically pleasing. You know, that I guess beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. There's really no right way to eat a Reese's. There's no right way to put his backpack on. But this kind of reminds me of a little fighter aircraft. So, I mean, this could be a drone, you know, that he carried on his back and it would attack, you know, a little bombing drone. I do like the backpack. That is pretty cool, very futuristic. A silver, kind of a shiny plastic. Too bad it's yellowing. That really stinks, but that, you know, I don't look this good either. I'm older than 87. You know, at least it doesn't break real easy. So we're doing good there. Okay. The next piece that easily comes off, 87 gave us 3 figures with these stupid hoses. Why does Hasbro do this to us? We had Crocmaster, Big Boa, and Cobra Commander with these stupid detachable hoses. This is the nemesis, the bane of collectors' existence. These hoses. This is the most common part and the hardest to replace. The backpack and the gun are easily lost, but those are the easiest to replace and the cheapest. It's this blasted hose. Getting the original costs you as much as a car tire. I'm joking. They are pretty expensive to replace, but it's a hard plastic, but they did a very good job on the design. I mean, it's a corrugated hose. Looks like a dive regulator in a way, but you see that it has these little prongs on it. Those are very easily snapped off, so we got to be careful. Put it right here in the mouth hole, and it snaps right back into the hole here in the side of his helmet. See that one right there in his helmet. So we'll just pop it right back in there, that happy little hole right there. See, just, you know, happy little trees there. See, put it right in there. This is happy little helmet. Okay, so looking at the helmet, you can see that there's a Cobra insignia right on the top of the helmet, done in red. Mine's starting to wear off. You can see the mean look on his face. There is a variant on the neck. There is one that is done up in a dark gray down here on the neckline. And this one, you could see that its flesh tone. You can see that this is broken a little bit. The blue is starting to yellow a little bit as well. Looking at the rest of his suit, you can see it's just clad in the body armor. Very, very cool. His arms have sorry, this headache is just getting in the way. His shoulders are plated with the body armor, or with shielding as well. Around his waist here, this is a maroon holster. I do like that color of maroon. That the color of the holster, that really breaks everything up. That is really cool. Very nice color. That stands out. You can see here there's a hose that wraps around just a little bit here on the side. That's part of the environmental system. His legs are armor plated as well. Down here on the bottom part of his legs are even heavier armor plating. Right down to his boots. His back isn't as heavily plated as the front, but the guy's body has to breathe somehow. But otherwise, very cool. I like the gauntlet style here on his wrists. That is very nice. I appreciate him more as an adult. The helmet here kind of reminds me of Sarg, if that's his name, from Tron, the first one. By the way, there's a third Tron that just opens in 2 days. So if you guys want to see that, Tron Genesis or something like that. That looks pretty good. Jared Leto's in it, and of course they brought Todd Bridges back. But yeah, I mean, look at him. He looks pretty cool. I am quite pleased with him. I'll pull up a picture of his neck variant. Hold on a second. All right, so you can see that the neck variant has the flesh tone and also the darker part of the ball joint on the neck. I'm kind of glad that the neck on mine is the plastic there is broken. I was able to display that, and the hose fell off. So that goes to show you just how easy these things get lost. That is a tragedy waiting to happen, because there is a portal in the toy dungeon that just sucks up anything that falls on the floor that is accessory related to G.I. Joe. I dropped a backpack that belonged to Recondo version 2. Yeah, never saw it again. I kid you not. It just bounced and disappeared. Looked everywhere for it. Under a desk, under a table. Couldn't find the blasted thing. Looked inside of a shoe. I thought it maybe gone into a shoe that I had under there. No, I can't find the dang thing. Could be under my chair as far as I know. I never looked under there. But anyway, here nor there. So, yeah, the neck variant. So that's the darker neck style is the one that's a little more rare. So that's something to look for if you're a variant chaser. So anyway, hiccups. Let me know what you think about this guy. I think he's pretty cool. Now that I have him as a big kid, and did this review on him and looked at him a little bit closer, I really appreciate him a lot more. When I buy these, I'll examine them really quick, you know, put them on display for a while, and then they just go into a box. And then when I review them, that's when I really take a closer look at them. So I'm discovering new things about them along with you guys. So let me know what you think about these, about this Cobra Commander. Did you have him? Do you have him? Please share your thoughts down in the comments. I do answer back. I love hearing back from you guys. That's my favorite part of this show, is hearing back from all of you. That really brightens the moment of going through the process of doing this, all the editing and everything. So anyway, I'll go ahead and end this. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. I do really appreciate you guys very much. Don't forget to tune in on Friday for Friday Night Frights. Vampire will be back to read more scary stories to tell in the dark. Be reading more than one story. That was just an introduction for the week to get everything started. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing, to quote Timmer. Remember, guys, we're in cold and flu season, so wash your hands. That's your number one line of defense. Lavas your manos. Wash your hands. Muy importante. Stop the spread of germs. Cover your mouth when you cough and sneeze also. I want to see you guys healthy and safe. And remember, be kind to yourselves. You deserve it. You do. And be kind to others. You never know what type of day somebody's having. An ounce of kindness does go a very, very long way. To quote Robin Williams, people do not fake depression. They fake being happy. And that is the truth of it. So they put on masks. So just be kind. It's contagious. It really is. A smile is contagious. And be kind to your animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. So until next week, I will be seeing you guys. Like I said, I'll turn the reins over to Vampire on Friday. Let that guy do whatever he does. You know, maybe I'll nail his coffin lid shut and see how, you know, I love seeing how much fun it takes. It's fun watching him get the lid open. But anyway, take care. We'll see ya. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.